Jack and the Beanstalk. Graded Reader Level 1. Chapter 1. Jack and his Mother. Once, there is a poor widow who lives with her son, Jack. They live in a small house in the countryside. They have a cow named Milky White. The cow gives them milk every day. Jack sells the milk in the market. But one day, Milky White stops giving milk. Jack's mother is worried and says, "We must sell the cow. Take her to the market, Jack, and get a good price." The next morning, Jack goes to the market with Milky White. On his way, he meets an old man. The old man says, "I will buy your cow with these magic beans." Jack asks, "Are these beans really magic?" The old man says, "Yes, they will bring you good luck." Jack thinks and decides to trust the old man. He gives the cow to the old man and takes the beans. When Jack gets home, his mother is very angry. "How could you trade our cow for beans?" she yells. She throws the beans out of the window. Jack feels very sad and goes to bed without dinner. Chapter 2. The Magic Beans. The next morning, Jack wakes up. He looks out the window and sees a big beanstalk. The beanstalk goes up into the sky. Jack is surprised and happy. He tells his mother. She is surprised too, but also worried. Jack decides to climb the beanstalk. He starts to climb. The beanstalk is thick and strong. It goes up and up into the clouds. Jack takes a deep breath and starts to climb. He feels the beanstalk's rough surface and the smooth leaves. As he climbs higher, he can see the ground below him. Birds fly by, and he hears the wind in the leaves. Jack climbs for a long time. He feels excited and a little scared. Finally, he reaches the middle of the beanstalk and decides to rest for a while. He looks up and sees that he still has a long way to go. Jack gathers his courage and prepares to climb higher the next day. Chapter 3. The Beanstalk. The next morning, Jack wakes up and continues to climb the beanstalk. The ground is far below him now. Birds chirp around him, and one bird sits on the beanstalk to watch him. Jack's arms and legs start to hurt, but he keeps climbing. The air gets cooler. He can feel the water in the clouds. Finally, Jack reaches the top of the beanstalk. He steps onto solid ground in a strange new place. The ground has soft grass and colorful flowers. Jack sees a huge castle made of shiny white stone. His heart beats fast with excitement. Jack walks towards the castle. The closer he gets, the more amazing it looks. He wonders who lives there. As he gets near the gates, he hears a deep voice. Jack feels scared but also curious. He takes a deep breath and goes through the gates. Chapter 4. The Giant's Castle. Jack walks carefully through the gates of the giant's castle. The castle is very big and beautiful. The ceilings are high, and the walls have nice pictures. The floor is shiny, and Jack's footsteps make a noise. He looks around and sees that everything is huge. The chairs, tables, and even the fireplace are very big. Suddenly, Jack hears loud footsteps. He hides behind a big vase. A giant woman comes in. Her footsteps make the ground shake a little. She hums a tune and starts to cook in a huge kitchen. Jack watches her. She uses big pots and pans. The smell of food makes Jack's stomach growl. He remembers he hasn't eaten since yesterday. The giant woman stops and sniffs the air. She says, "I smell a human." Jack is scared and stays very still. The giant woman shakes her head and goes back to cooking. Jack sighs quietly and keeps watching her. After a while, the giant woman calls, "Husband, come eat." The ground shakes more as a bigger giant comes in. His voice is very loud. Jack's eyes open wide when he sees the giant. The giant sits at the big table, and his wife gives him a big meal. Jack can't believe his eyes as the giant eats the food quickly. After eating, the giant asks his wife for his treasures. She brings a hen that lays golden eggs and a magical harp that plays by itself. Jack's heart beats fast. The giant looks at the hen and says, "Lay." The hen lays a shiny golden egg. Jack is amazed. He thinks about how much money the egg is worth. The giant then looks at the harp and says, "Play." The harp starts to play beautiful music all by itself. The music is so lovely that it makes Jack feel happy and calm. Jack realizes these treasures are very valuable. The golden eggs can make them rich. The harp's music can bring joy and peace. The giant soon falls asleep. He snores loudly while the harp plays a soft tune. Jack sees his chance. He quietly sneaks to the treasures. He carefully takes the hen and the harp. Just as he is about to leave, the harp cries out, "Master! Master!" The giant wakes up very angry. Jack runs to the beanstalk with the hen and the harp. He starts to climb down quickly. He hears the giant coming after him. Chapter 5. The Giant and His Treasures. Jack climbs down the beanstalk as fast as he can. He looks back and sees the angry giant above him. The giant shouts, "Come back, thief!" Jack's heart pounds. He holds the hen and the harp tightly. The magical harp starts to play a calming tune. Jack feels a little better. Finally, Jack reaches the bottom. He runs to his house and calls, "Mother, quick, bring the axe." His mother comes out, confused and scared. Jack grabs the axe and starts to chop the beanstalk. The beanstalk shakes and the giant gets closer. With a final chop, the beanstalk starts to fall. The giant loses his grip and falls to the ground with a big crash. The ground shakes and dust flies everywhere. Jack and his mother wait for the dust to settle. When the air clears, they see the giant lying still at the bottom. Jack drops the axe and hugs his mother. "We did it, Mother. We're safe now," Jack says, his voice shaking. His mother smiles and says, "Yes, Jack. Thanks to your bravery, we're safe." They look at the hen and the harp. The magical hen lays golden eggs, giving them endless wealth. The harp plays beautiful music, bringing joy and peace to their home and to the village. The villagers, amazed by the harp's music, gather to listen and feel hope and happiness. From that day on, their lives change forever. Jack becomes a hero in his village, admired for his courage and cleverness. He and his mother live happily, their days filled with prosperity and contentment. Chapter 6. A New Beginning. With the adventures behind them, Jack and his mother focus on building a bright future. They use their new wealth to improve their home and help their village grow. Jack plants a beautiful garden where the beanstalk once stood. It is a symbol of growth and renewal. The magical hen continues to lay golden eggs, and the harp fills their home with music. Jack's mother starts a school, using their wealth to teach the village children. Jack teaches them about courage, kindness, and helping others. The village prospers, with everyone working together for a bright and happy future. Jack marries a kind and brave woman, and they start a family. His children grow up hearing the stories of their father's adventures. Jack's legacy lives on, showing the power of bravery and kindness. The beanstalk may be gone, but the lessons from its adventures remain. Jack and his mother's lives are filled with love, laughter, and joy. They are grateful for the magic beans that brought them fortune and wisdom. As they look towards the future, they feel hope and wonder. And so Jack's story ends, not with the closing of a book, but with the opening of a new chapter in life.